So today we're gonna talk about inner child and overeating. So who is asking more and more food? And the answer is your inner child. On my first webinar, you can see the recording of it if you did not see it, if you did not join me for the live webinar, the link is below this video. So on the first webinar, I was talking about who is the inner child and how can you recognize, how can you notice your inner child, which word he uses, and how can you notice the inner child in other people. So I will just go briefly about the inner child, and the inner child is the part of you that is asking to be healed, is the part of you that went through traumatic event in your childhood and could not process this traumatic event. So eating addictions or eating disorders, eating dependence is formed during the oral state. And this is the state when the child was just born, and it's from the birth to 12-18 months. The part of the body where a child receives the biggest pleasure is mouth. And babies like to suck mommy's breast, bottle, they like to chew blankets, they put everything in their mouth. Taking out from the mother's breast too early can lead to serious addictions later. For example, a person might have a problem with weight, all type of eating disorders. The person can develop a smoking addiction, alcoholism, biting pencils, chewing gums, anything that related to mouth. Oral people or people with an oral type of personality are trying to achieve satisfaction or receive joy through their mouth. And because at this age, from 0 to 18 months, a child depends completely on his mother. At this period, a baby also develops a sense of trust and control. The first emotional contact is a reciprocal smile, which happens between first and second month of child's life. An anxiety of the absence of the mother develops at about 7 months, and the fears of strangers and anxieties continues to develop for between 8 and 9 months. So if the child was not with his mother during the first 9 months especially, he will develop some type of eating disorder or eating addiction. And today I would like to talk to you about 8 reasons why people eat more than they need. And the first reason is food addiction as a compensation for parental love. If we did not receive enough love in childhood from your mother, from your father, or from both parents, then you'd probably develop eating addiction. You also might develop eating addiction if your parents loved your siblings more than you, or maybe your grandparents had favorites and it was not you, so you did not receive enough love. And you have to remember that you have a container from your mother and container from your father. So mother and father should fill out their containers with their love. And if you did not have enough love from your mother but had enough love from the father, maybe too much love from your father, one container cannot fulfill the other. And as a result, we expect that our partner, our lover, will fulfill that pain that we have inside. If you have a partner but he might be busy, or he might work a lot, or he might not give you the love that you need, your container is still gonna be empty. If you don't have a partner, then you will demand it from your close friends, from your children, and of course they also cannot fulfill this container. There are 2 different types of love. So people begin to develop eating mechanism. When you feel sad, you eat. When you feel angry, you eat. When you feel that you want to be loved and you don't have this love in your life, you feel sad, you feel bad, and you are going to the refrigerator and you are eating something so you can somehow compensate, lower the desire for love. And food is the easiest way to replace a lack of love. Because we really feel pleasure, we really can feel the food inside of us, so we change our focus from our painful feelings inside towards taste of food. And the first feelings of love we receive through mother's milk, when mother is giving us milk. And baby's brain is not developed at this time, and all his receptors are concentrated in his mouth, so he feels pleasure through his mouth. And breast milk is fat and a little bit sweet, so that's why we like fat food and sweet food. We usually don't have cravings for carrots or for broccoli. When we open the refrigerator, and even if we see carrots, we usually don't want to eat carrots, because carrots cannot replace love for us. We like sweet and fat stuff, because they actually, when people eat sweet stuff, they're also fat, right? And you feel more relaxed, and your body is feeling better, the anxiety level is going down. So when we feel sad, we want to eat something sweet. When we feel tired, we want to eat something that will give us energy. When we feel angry, we like to chew something like piece of meat or nuts or chips. Food has a wide variety of different flavors, and those different flavors can replace our emotions. We can replace one with another. And diet will never work if our inner container of love is empty. And people can go and try different diets. They can go to the nutritionist. They can try different sport activities. But the problem is not with the diet. The problem is that you are not fulfilling the pain that you have inside. And exercises won't help you to fulfill this pain. So in order to lose weight, in order to start eating healthy, in my opinion, you should first work on your psychological problems. And when you're gonna work on your psychological problems, then you can add diet and exercises to achieve a faster, better result. So you need to heal your inner child. So at this workshop that will start in October, we will actually work on your inner child, and we will do exercises that will help you to connect with your inner child. And on the second week of the online training, we're gonna do 3 exercises. The first one is 3 wishes by the goldfish. Every child wants to feel loved, want to be happy, and want to be protected. And this is going to be our 3 wishes that we will ask the goldfish to fulfill for us, right? The second exercise will be my divine parents. You will have a chance to feel the importance and value of your life. You will have, it's going to be an exercise where you can experience the joy because you were born, and you will receive a divine blessing to be happy and successful in life. And the third exercise will be the divine egg exercise, and this is going to be an exercise to reborn. You will go through the reborn process psychologically, and by reborning, by experiencing these feelings, you will be able to kind of to recreate your life from the beginning. So this is gonna be the week that's called Birth as a Miracle of Life. If you're not gonna work on your inner child, then you might have a reverse effect. By limiting yourself, when you begin to limit, if you begin to limit yourself in calories, if you will try to avoid fat and sweet foods, your anxiety level will go up. And because you are trying to replace stress level with food, so you kind of like suppressing your feelings, but by lowering calories, your anxiety level will go up. So at first you were eating to keep your anxiety down, but now you're limiting the amount of food that you eat. You're eating healthier, you're eating less fat food, and your body will experience even greater stress. And as a result, you will probably 99% have a nervous breakdown, and you will have uncontrollable eating, and you will gain weight back, and often people gain more than they had before. And sometimes it can be 3, 5, and even 10 times more than you really need, because now your anxiety level is here, and you need more food to lower your anxiety level down. People with a strong will, they can limit themselves, but often they will switch from one addiction to another. And if you don't want to do this, if you don't want to switch from one addiction to another, you need to work on your psychological problems. You need to work on your inner child, and you need a professional person who can help you to do it. Meditations, free meditations on YouTube doesn't really work, because this mechanism was formed when you were born, and it's extremely strong. Just simple meditation, when you close your eyes and imagining your inner child and giving him some love, is not gonna help you. You need to work with a professional person who will guide you and who will support you during the whole process, and who will help you to develop a series of exercise that will help you to overcome that will help you to heal your inner child. And it's also very important to understand what type of love are you trying to suppress. Is it love from your mother? Is it from your father? Or maybe it's an anger for your mother because she did not protect you from your father, or opposite. The free tips, as I promised, the first free tip: what can you do to work with your inner child? Create a symbol that will represent something that you really, really like, and something that you really, really enjoy. You need to create a talisman of love, or symbol of love. It can be your picture, a picture of your children. It can be a picture from your childhood, something that will bring joy when you look at this picture. And you need to put this picture on the refrigerator or inside the refrigerator. And you need to change the location of the picture every 3 days. So you can put it on the top shelf, then you can move it to the bottom shelf. Because if you're gonna put it and leave it on the same place, your brain will ignore it after 3 days, and you will not notice it. And you need to see this picture for at least 30 days. So within the next 30 days, this picture will remind you that love does not live in your refrigerator. So every time when you open the refrigerator, you will see this picture, and your brain will understand that love and food are two different things. And within the first week, probably nothing is gonna happen, but in 30 days, you might notice that when you are opening the refrigerator, instead of grabbing some ice cream or some fat sausages, you will take an apple maybe, or maybe you will decide to drink some juice instead. Again, in order for this tip to work, you need to move your symbol of love around every 3 days.